Hey, Zen1987 again. Forgive the hair, I've just stepped out of the shower. Anyway, I'm here with a quick deck update because I went through it the other day and I've got a few extra cards in the post, some of which are in my folder. But I've been going through my deck lately and I haven't done a deck update in a long time, so here we go. Actually, I'll just stick it up here, I can't be bothered. Okay, well this time the fusion deck is slightly different with two Ultimate Dragons this time. I love the Blue Eyes monsters, but I don't need my fusion deck to win. And we've got the Five-Headed Dragon again, and obviously Cyber Dark Dragon, because the Cyber Dark Dragon fits very well with the Dragon type deck. So, starting off with the basic cards, the monsters. One Kyberman, same as always. Two White Stone of Legends. Always good, and naturally 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. And to finish off the Blue Eyes set, Blue Eyes Shining. Although I hardly ever get Shiny Dragon out on the field, so I might do something else with him. Anyway, we have Red Eyes Wyvern, level 4 with 1800, not too bad, but mostly his ability for this, the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Using his ability I can bring this back from the graveyard, so if he gets destroyed. And yet again the Cyber Darks, Horn, Edge and Keel. For some reason it always ends up being that combination. Anyway, Mirage Dragon for some simple trap negation, although his attack points make him a bit of a target. Also, I've placed back in an old favourite, Gandora the Dragon of Destruction. My deck has changed a lot since the last video, and I don't know what's been in there and what isn't. Montage Dragon's back. As long as you have 3 monsters, you can easily summon him from the hand, and he can become quite powerful, which is a good idea, I suppose. Spear Dragon, for a basic level 4 monster and a good damage of piercing effect, which is rather awesome. The only thing is, he goes into defense mode. To get Blue Eyes on the field a little easier, we have Kaiser Seahorse, or as a regular sacrifice if need be. Lord of Dragons, I had a nice combo going on with him, where I had Marshmallow in defense mode with the Marshmallow glasses, Lord of Dragons on the field, and all my powerful dragons. I had a couple of Blue Eyes on there, and I had Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and it was a vicious combo because they couldn't take out my dragons. Prime Material Dragon for life point boostage and spell negation as well, I believe it's... look at spells? No, to destroy a monster, so quite a few traps. Vorse Raider's back, the original Vorse Raider that came in the old tin. I bought it for about a £5, that wasn't too bad. The card I've just mentioned, Marshmallow, the best fairy in the entire game, and Handcuffs Dragon is back. So they're the monsters and the fusion decks out the way. But in order for a deck, obviously, magics and traps. So starting with the spells, we have my fusion cards, Future Fusion, Cyber Dark Impact, and Dragon's Mirror. I don't use a polymerization because most of the time I don't have the cards at the specific tile, which is really annoying. But since I took it out, I'm getting the monsters, which is really annoying, so I might slide it in. But for now, I'm going to deal with a Pot of Avarice for recycling. Always a good thing. If I start to ramble, sorry, I do that. Ancient Rules to special summon a normal type monster, basically to get my Blue Eyes on the field if I need to. The Ring of Defense, a good card. I did run Ring of Destruction as well, but now my deck is tournament legal, I can't really run that anymore. For the regionals anyway. Marshmallow glasses, naturally, to guard my Marshmallow. Magical Mallet, in case I get any dead draws. Doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's a pain, as you know, we all know. Cost down, I am going to replace this with the shiny version because it looks better, but this is good for now, but it's still an effective card. And in case I'm stuck in a rut, Scapegoat, a classic old card, so can't go wrong with that. I tend to like to run older card decks instead of meta decks like Black Wings. Although I am planning on making one hell of an awesome elemental hero deck soon, which will probably be on here when it's complete. That's going to be quite a long time. Moving on to traps. Spellbinding Circle, another particular old favourite. I tend to try and use some of the older cards because they're much more fun than some of the new cards. They're way too powerful for fun duels. Bottom's Trap. Simple. I did have a trap hole, so I thought I'd upgrade to a different one. Scrap Iron Scarecrow. Always a good card to have, especially stuck in a rat. It's probably one of the only modern cards that I use. Magical Arm Shield for some basic trap defensage or whatever you want to call it. Dust Tornado for some simple destruction. I might have to run a couple more of those sort of cards in here. Also for effect damage, which I tend to face a lot with Neo Nexus and Blue Thunder Jones, Barrel Behind the Door comes in extreme handy. It redirects effect damage back at their own. Say piercing damage or that sort of thing. As long as it's not battle damage, then you can redirect it and they take the damage instead of you. Oh, also if you don't run, well, if you use Ring of Destruction, use Barrel Behind the Door, because not only will your opponent take the damage of the monster's attack, he'll take double the amount. Unfortunately, this doesn't stop the activation of Ring of Destruction, so you will take the damage if you don't use Ring of Defense, but use this, Ring of Destruction and Ring of Defense, and your opponent takes twice the amount of battle damage, well, twice the damage that he normally would do. So, yeah. Dark Bribe for some simple negation. I try not to use it because it obviously allows your opponent to draw a card. Magic Jammer, which is helpful at times, depending. Rainbow Life, especially when I'm against Neo Nexus, he tends to forget that it's on the field, so he keeps on attacking and I'll just keep on boosting up my life points. And my final trap card, which is Neo Nexus's Bane, if you will, Ordeal of a Traveller. It's all a mind game. I try to keep different cards in my hand so he can't guess exactly what I've got. Sometimes he gets it right, which is annoying, but he tries not to guess because he doesn't want to lose his monsters. Anyway, that's been my deck. So it looks pretty chunky with the cases on, but it's only about a 40 card deck, so it's not too bad. But if you want to run a fusion beatdown deck, dragon style, this is probably a good way to start off. Even if you end up changing it for your own ways, this is a good place to start with these sort of monsters. I mean, you don't have to use Blue Eyes, you can use Red Eyes, or Armed Dragons, or Horus the Black Flame Dragons, but for a fusion beatdown, if you have a deck like this, and you learn how to use it, which isn't too difficult because it's really simple to use, so something on these lines for a dragon fusion deck, you can't really go wrong with it. It's seen me through quite a few good battles, so if there's any advice or hints you need, or any monster card effects, just hook me up an email on here and I'll get back to you pretty much the day after, because I think it's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday today, so it's the 2nd of August, so within a week, or within the next couple of weeks I'll be here, so within those 2 weeks just hook me up an email and I'll give you any sort of advice you need on dragons. Also spellcasters, I've made a good spellcaster deck as well, that'll be on here soon as well, if it's not already on here. No, spellcasters is yet to go on YouTube. Also machines, I'm pretty good with them, especially the Ancient Gear Golem. But yeah, need any help, assistance, just give me an email, I'll give you any advice you need. Also, if there's any other deck requests that you'd like me to try and build and whatever, then offer me the challenge. Always open for a challenge. I am making a Batteryman deck, however. They do sound quite crap, but they're actually pretty good when they're all working together. But anyways, enough rambling. I've been ZaneTrueStar1987 and that was my deck. And yeah, see you guys later.